We both thought the Rams were going to win, but, boy, it sure didn't look like the Rams were going to pull it off. It looked like it was going to get away from the Rams early in the second half. It felt like it was getting away from them. I almost think that if the Bengals, after the 75-yard touchdown pass from Joe Burrow to T. Higgins to start the second half, then they get the interception. Hey, look, it was off Skoronek's hands.
Yeah,
right.
Tough.
Not Matthew Stafford's fault.
Right.
But if they get a touchdown instead of a field goal there,
agreed with you.
That may be the backbreaker that gets the Rams to be more desperate.
Right.
Maybe gives a Trey Hendrickson a shot to go get Matthew Stafford.
Lets the Bengals be more patient with the run.
That was a moment. That was a moment where they could have taken it.
Big time defensive stand by the Rams to hold them to the field goal. You're right. That's certainly one of the, I think, those marquee moments. You look back at the game and go, there's 3 or 4 plays that change things, and that was one of them without a doubt. I think you said it right, Mike. I mean, early on, I was sitting there going, oh man, the Rams look like a machine. Burrow and company came out a little off, and they looked a little nervous. Missed the 4th down conversion, which I thought was big. And the Rams were just rolling early on to where you went, oh man, it looks like they've cracked the code, and the Bengals aren't going to be able to stop Cooper Kupp and OBJ and all of that. But as we both know, that was the game changer. The game was the OBJ game, and then when he got hurt, it became a different game.
Air went out of the balloon instantly. Non-contact, knee injury, left and didn't return, had a sleeve all down the leg when he was back on the field in street clothes. Same knee in which he tore the ACL against the Bengals, coincidentally.
Right? Well, that's crazy.
In the 2020 regular season. We'll see what the diagnosis is, but it looks like it's something that is not insignificant for a guy who's just a month away from free agency.
A month away from free agency, a month away from probably giving the Rams a hometown discount and just saying, okay, we'll be an awesome offense and I'll stay here in L.A. But that's heartbreaking. Nobody ever wants to see that. I don't ever want to see that at the Super Bowl. I don't want to see it just even selfishly as a viewer. We want to see these teams at their best in this game. And that was a part in the game where, I'm not going to lie, Mike, I was sitting there going, Matt Stafford's on fire. My dad's record's going to be in trouble today. He was 10 for 11. They were rolling. He was seeing the field great, making great decisions. He got hurt. And totally threw the Rams' offense out of rhythm. Stafford had a hard time attacking. Really what it allowed the Bengals to do, Mike. And I know you were watching in the crowd. I think it allowed them to play an aggressive style of defense because now they went, wait, all we got to do is stop Cooper Kupp. There's nobody else really to be scared of as long as we stop the run, and the Bengals were successful in that too.
Yeah, and the Rams did not run the ball very well at all.
No.
They averaged under 2 yards per carry. And it really did feel like everything shifted when OBJ went out. You could just feel it.
You could feel the energy kind of go out of the Rams sideline. You felt it in the stadium. It was palpable.
It really was. Yeah. And that's what swung it back toward the Bengals. And the Bengals take a game that was 13-3. They make it 13-10, and then they take the lead to start the second half. And as we said, it felt like the moment where they could have delivered the dagger if they had turned that second Matthew Stafford interception into a touchdown instead of a field goal. I want to go back to something you mentioned earlier, though. I don't want to spend too much time on this, but opening drive of the game for the Bengals.
Right.
4th and short. I saw a tweet from one of the analytics accounts breaking down what was the better decision, and it was like 1.9% better to go for it there. I just think early in the Super Bowl, punt them deep. Pin them.
Right.
You just pushed them backward on their first drive.
Right.
You came out and established something.
Right.
Play the field position game for a little bit.
Agreed.
Don't get cute there.
Agreed. And your team's young, and this is a huge environment. And
but the numbers say 1.9%.
The numbers have never been wrong ever. They're never wrong. And I'm sure even after the fact, people are going to go, well, the numbers say it was the correct decision. I get that. It wasn't, and that was a huge moment of the game. To me, I'm right with you. To me, I looked at that right now where both offenses were kind of like feeling each other out. Bengals defense had the good stop. All right, now we move the ball, pin them deep in there like you talked about. Instead, they gave the Rams momentum and
scored a touchdown that drive.
Got it going. And Mike, I think you're right. And two, I don't know if we have that play available, the 4th down or misconversion, because First off, Joe Burrow, he was flustered a little. Even for Joe Cool, it's a Super Bowl. He was Joe nervous for a few minutes. He had T. Higgins in the flat. I'm sure you saw the replay. Yeah. I don't know why. He had made up his mind he was going to throw the ball to Chase. Not only did he miss Higgins in the flat, when Collinsworth broke the play down in the replay after the commercial break, they also had the running back on the wrong side. He ran the same route Higgins did after him, which brought that linebacker there to break up the pass. So, again, yes, young team, big moment, and they were a little flustered and didn't execute properly.
And that's
there.
The key about going for it on 4th and short.
Right.
Number one, you better have a play you like.
Right.
And number two, you better be damn sure you're going to be able to execute it.
Yes, sir.
That's a big factor in it. It's not rolling dice. It's saying we're taking a path here, and we're confident this path is going to get us to where we want to be. And if you aren't sharp in the execution, and if the play call just doesn't work against the defense they call, that's it.
Yeah,
it's done.
No.
And that was early in the game, and a lot changed after that. But that felt like a missed opportunity.
I think it's one of those 5 moments we just talked about early this show, right? We had like 5, 6 moments in every game. You go, man, that was a huge moment that dictated flow at least for a little bit of the while, or at least got a team in rhythm and changed the momentum of the game where it was a stalemate. I definitely look at one of that play to be one of those moments.
The Rams defensive line ended up with 7 sacks, 5 in the third quarter, which is a single quarter record for the Super Bowl. What did you see change from the way the Bengals were handling the Rams defensive line early to the second half when they really seemed to wake up?
Yeah, I think the Rams did something that we talked about on the show a lot during the week. Just rush 4. We got great front 4. Let's keep the extra guy in coverage to help out on Chase and Higgins. But the Bengals protected really well early on, and Burrow got the ball out of his hands quickly. I think at one point it was like he was only holding the ball for an average of 2.5 seconds. But where it changed to me, Mike, was about halfway through the third quarter. The Rams finally said, you know what? Our front 4's not just getting there by itself. This play right here, you can see there, they rushed 5. They said, we're going to take away the scrambling lanes from Joe Burrow. Same thing here, another 5-man rush. He had nowhere to be slippery Joe, and then that helped him. This one, 4-man rush, but did some movements, stunts, confused the Bengals offensive line and how they pass people off. I think that's the thing I noticed more than anything as far as schematically, Mike.
Yeah, and I think as the game went on and the Bengals went ahead,
another 5-man rush
we didn't see any images of Aaron Donald extolling his teammates like we saw against the 49ers, but it felt like Donald knew legacy's on the line, time to step it up, time to find a higher level, time to get it done. And there was that play where, right there, when Joe Burrow got twisted up the right leg. Remember, he injured that right leg in the regular season against the Chargers, aggravated it later in the year. That's not the one that he tore the ACL in November of 2020. But, he gutted his way through it. I think it's going to make a lot of sense to pay attention to what that ultimate injury is. It's possible he played through something that, in any other game he wouldn't have finished the game with.
I wouldn't be shocked. I mean, it's a Super Bowl. You're right. He could have, sprained, partially torn to PCL. Who knows?
Anything.
Who knows? You're right.
He got twisted up very aggressively. I just think in a normal game, you're not coming back from that.
It looked like a high ankle sprain, so that's scary. We saw Stafford go down. He got the traditional roll, so that's better. It was a game of gutting it out, like to your point, in a lot of ways, right? I mean, the Rams in so many ways had the momentum. All of a sudden you went, like you said earlier, I'm sitting there going, man, the Bengals got the momentum here. And are the Rams going to be able to do anything moving the ball here? And this is where Stafford's ankle got rolled up, and Cincinnati was controlling the football game. But
hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.